Hey guys, how you doing? jpsarrireviews here, and welcome again to another reaction video. And this time I want to react to Prime1 Studio. The fall, in this case now the end of the fall, has been super busy with this company. They have released so many different items, stuff that they showcased on the previous showcase. And to be honest with you, I think this company is always doing amazing stuff. And I want to cover not everything because I don't have the time. I don't think we have the time to go through all of it. But we're gonna look at the things that actually caught my attention, the things that people are more interested on. And as you can see right here, I'm at the website. I will have the link in the description for those who are interested. This Harley Quinn, for example, if you're a fan of this particular interpretation of the character based, of course, on the Suicide Squad, then definitely you're gonna love it. The price is $1,399. I think it's a fair price. So this is the bonus version. Some people were pointing out they were not crazy about the likeness. Some people were saying that it was not 100%. I think it's fine for what it is. It is not perfect, but it is not that bad. I can see the actors there. And I know some people are already crazy for it. I know people already pre-ordered this. And I'm telling you, if you're a fan of the DC cinematic universe, then definitely you're going to love this one. Love the detail there. It's not a bad looking piece for sure. It has a detail, the quality of Prime1 Studio, the height. So definitely this is a winner. We're not gonna go through all the pictures because of the time, but I'm telling you, I think it's great. The style here is good, the art design, all of it. It has premium quality, so it is a winner. Another thing that Prime1 did was to release this premium bust for the Jungle Hunter Predator. And there's different portraits. The price is $899. I think it is steep for just a bust like this, but these are replacements for the statue. So if you're into this, if you already spent, how much was that? Like $3,000, if I'm not mistaken, for the statue, but you want the complete thing, then definitely you go for this extra heads. And of course they come with all these different, you know, attachments or things like that that make it look better. It's a cool addition, but definitely when you add all these extra heads, you're looking at really you're close to $6,000 or more with all the shipping costs. So it's going to be expensive, but make no mistake, it's cool looking. I think on that Prime1 Studio is giving you a premium quality item for sure. I read a lot of complaints, a lot of people not satisfied with the cost of it, but for the ultimate Predator collector, then definitely that's not a big deal. So you can replace the portraits. Of course, you know, like it's always going to be someone that is going to make a big splash in social media about it, is going to talk about it, and of course it becomes a big thing. But to be honest with you, I don't see anything wrong with what Prime1 is doing. Yeah, it is pricey. You got the battle damage one, but ultimately it's a matter of choice. You decide what you want to do. Now Prime1 is also releasing some vinyl statues, which is something new. These are smaller scale statues, but if you cannot really afford the big price for the big diorama, then this is an option. Although these vinyl statues are not cheap at all. $700 per vinyl statue. So it is not for everyone. But if you really love Godzilla, then definitely you're going to like this. So if this is an option, you know, sometimes people really downsize the quality of vinyl. They think vinyl is just cheap material. Yes, it is cheaper because it's more mass produced, but you know, it's not as cheap to produce or to manufacture with vinyl. That's the reason companies produce multiple edition sizes. They don't even have edition sizes for vinyl stuff because it's more expensive to manufacture. So they produce thousands and thousands of items. But you know, it's good. I think in this case, even they've been doing the same with the Jurassic World, Jurassic Park collection. I think they're great. Ultimately, nobody really knows the difference when you look at it. The quality is there. Who's going to know unless people are touching this stuff? And for the most part, collectors don't allow people to touch stuff. I don't let people touch my stuff, you know, without asking me first. Not even my daughter growing up. She was little. And since she was little, she knew that she wouldn't, you know, she couldn't touch certain items because they were, you know, fragile. So with vinyl, you know, the difference between that or the other, it's not there. Actually, with vinyl, you can get more detail. There are two different versions. You have this one, which I think is impressive, but you also have with the heat ray, which I think is also impressive. Too bad that you don't have one where you can actually have both, or, you know, like you can have a light-up feature. That would have been really nice. But to be honest with you, it's just, they look really cool. You know, they do look cool. Not everyone is going to love this, but ultimately, if you're a fan of Godzilla vs. Kong, then this is a nice thing that you can add to your collection. And continuing Godzilla vs. Kong, we got the Mechagodzilla bonus version. The price for this one is $2,000. I think this is a really cool thing. You know, the light up features that comes with it. You got the bonus swappable head part. So It is really cool. I would say that this film was really good. I really like this film this year. I think it was a great way to represent Godzilla and the battle between Godzilla and Kong. It was done well. I really like it. It's one of my favorite films of 2021. And I think having Mechagodzilla in the film was really icing on the cake. It was the funnest thing at the end of the film. I think it was great. If you haven't watched the film, I'm sorry if I gave you some spoilers here, but it's a big part of the film and it's really cool. I like the light-up features. It's a really nice depiction of the character. The height is there. Of course, he's crouching, so it's not as high. He's not as tall, but it really looks good. You look at that base, the detail is there. It's really a cool addition. If you already have the others, might as well just have this one added to the collection. In my opinion, they did an excellent job with this one. Really like it. Now, continuing with the mecha theme, we're gonna look at the Pacific Rim Gipsy Danger Deluxe version. Now, Pacific Rim is a film that really did well. I think there are a lot of fans out there. I think, of course, we now see the show also on Netflix, so all of that. I think Pacific Rim is doing really, really good. I think this is great. If you are really into this franchise, which has grown in popularity since the first film, it's amazing. I don't think the first film was that great. It was a visual treat for sure, but it wasn't that great of a story. But we have seen this franchise grow in popularity, and we have seen companies producing items and products for this, and that's good. I think that keeps the interest, it keeps this franchise alive, and collectibles are coming, and I think they're coming in a great way. Look at all the details, all the swappable parts with this. Of course, you had light-up features, all of that. It's really a nice addition. I really like it. It's really great, all the detail that they added, and in this case, Prime1 Studio, they do amazing stuff with robots and mecha suits and all of that. So I think they're the best at it, and you can see it here for sure. So that's great. So I think this is another winner for the company. Now, moving from movies, we're going to go into anime, and I want to look at this Caiman and Nikaido Deluxe version. I really don't know much about this franchise. I'm really unaware of this anime. I think it's a new anime. The price for this is $1,899. But I really like the style here. Of course, I'm totally unfamiliar with this, so forgive me if I don't know much about it. This is, I think it's a hit right now in Japan. It's an anime that is very popular there. But I'm telling you, this detail that they added to this piece is really great. I really want to watch this anime, this show. So I'm gonna look for it because it looks interesting. Just the art alone of this statue, it's amazing. I love the detail. This is the great thing about Prime1 Studio, is that they add so much stuff into these pieces. You see all this detail, which is always amazing. You can see all the deluxe parts, the different heads, the arms, interchangeable things here and there, all the detail. It looks really great. And I know nothing about this show, but believe me, even they have this, just the dumplings there, it's really good. It's just really great what in this case, this company does. Prime1 Studio just does amazing stuff, and I love the anime stuff. I know sometimes people complain about likeness. I've seen so many comments in so many different groups online on Facebook where people are criticizing Prime1 Studio because they don't think the likeness is 100% with anime stuff. I'm sorry, but what I see is amazing, and I don't know anything about the show, but it looks super, super cool. And the stuff that I've seen that I know, like Dragon Ball and any other, to me, they're just perfect depictions. They're great. But if there is a franchise that I'm really familiar with in anime, it's Ghost in the Shell. Motoko, Kusanagi, and Tachikoma bonus version. This is, of course, based on the show on Netflix. The price is $1,599. I really like this statue. Too bad it's too big for me. I wish it was a 1/6. If it was a 1/6, I would definitely get it. And other people don't like the show. There's a lot of criticism towards the show. I liked it. I liked the first season. I think it was great. It's a new rendition of the character. It's fine. I know there are people out there that are purists, but to me that was really cool. I really like it. Motoko looks great, and he has all the switch out parts. As you can see, the different bonus hit here. Of course, this is the bonus part, but then you have the different arms that she's doing different things. This is a really classic pose in my opinion. It's really great. Tachikoma looks great too for sure. Look at that, the different arms, and you can do different poses with it, changing parts here and there. Looks great. Her face looks great. The dimensions are fine. It's pretty much 1/2 meter in height, 1/2 meter, a little 1/2 meter in width, and pretty much close to 1/2 meter on the depth. So it's just great. Like the whole thing, the whole concept here. I really like this piece, and definitely this is one that I will definitely love to have. Even if it's just a standalone piece, it would be great. It's just great. The whole detail. These things here, people may not like these little plastic things here, But beyond that, I think it's a nice looking piece. And I saw, for example, at Sideshow, they have this figure, I think it's by Bandai, one of the companies of Bandai. And it was really expensive for a figure. It was really expensive for a very small figure. I was like, no way you're gonna pay that. And I know people pay that type of money. Some of those figures sometimes are super crazy pricey. And to be honest with you, they're not even a statue. They're not even as big as a statue, not even a 1/6 scale. If it was a 1/6 scale, I understand it. But being just a figure that is just a few centimeters big, long, it's not, to me, that's not right. But I will tell you, I like it. I think the price is up there, of course, incomparable with everything else. This is a franchise that sells, so it's gonna do well in Japan, and I'm sure around the world. So it looks really cool. Now I want to move to The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Ciri, Fiona, Elen, Riannon Alternative Outfit Deluxe Bonus Version. That's a long title. And this is, of course, the new version. They continue expanding in this collection. The price is $979. I think it's a great price for this statue. Looking at this statue, I love the detail on this alternative outfit. Of course, they're changing some things. I really like this a lot more than the first one for sure. I love the bonus part. I love everything that this piece has. Look at, you can see with the deluxe, the interchangeable arm with the weapon. It's a nice piece for sure. Look at that. And I haven't watched the show, the second season of The Witcher on Netflix. I'm going to watch it. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks I get the chance, because I love the show and I really love this franchise for sure. And she looks great. Love the detail on the base with the snow. They have done a fantastic job. Look at that. The pendant, all of it, you know, you can see the Cat's-Cool medallion. Looks great. I love the detail. The paint job is great with the different, you know, she having the sword in the back. I like that pose, but the other one is also a great alternative. But then you get all this detail. Definitely the detail in the outfit is super cool. So realistic, and it's, of course, it's fully sculpted, but even some of those parts are fully sculpted, you know, like the detail, you know, just the texture is so great. It's a nice piece for sure. If you love Ciri, you love The Witcher, this is a winner. All right, now we're moving on to the DC Comics franchise, and we're gonna look at the Catwoman, the new Catwoman based on the concept design of Lee Bermejo. This is the deluxe bonus version. The price is $1,399, only limited to 300 pieces, which is super limited. Someone asked me to talk about this piece, and that's the reason I'm doing this video too. I like it. I think we have seen so many different Catwoman, so many different variations of the character. I think this is a great concept. Of course, Catwoman, no matter what, she's going to sell. She's a great character. She's sexy. She looks hot and always crazy too. And I think every depiction sells well. So I'm telling you, if you go for this one, you're gonna love it. I think the art of Lee Bermejo has become more and more popular as time progresses. People love the art. I think the concept that he does. And this is a classic depiction of Catwoman, you know, without the, in this case, the cowl, all of that. It's a sexy depiction. It's a nice pose. Of course, it's very sexy. This is a piece that is going to do well. And you can see the head bases, the swappable parts. The deluxe set they have, of course, with the eye looking this way, more serious. And then she's winking. And then you have the regular head. I think all of this, the whole package, I think it justifies the price. Of course, you can go to different routes to purchase this, or you can do it directly through Prime 1. Of course, it's gonna cost you a premium because you have to export it technically from Japan if you live outside of Japan. Now here you have the bonus. I think the bonus is the best part in the sense that if you want the complete package, then you need to go for the bonus. Because of course you got this extra portrait, which looks really great, and the head base, it looks really good. Love the detail. It is a really nice piece. You also get, if you're within that the limited number of people that pre-order this, you get this limited art print, which is good, and it's signed by Lee Bermejo as well. So this is a great piece overall. You know, there's nothing to complain about. I don't think there's anything that I can say here that would say, oh, this is going to improve this or that. I think it's already perfect as it is. You can see with the goggles, without them, it looks great. It's a really nice touch. Then of course you can remove also the bag where she's carrying all her treasures, the things that she just stole. It's a nice piece. You know, when it was showcased for the first time, I really liked it, and that hasn't changed. I still like it. I think it's a fantastic representation of the character. Looks super good. It has the height. It is perfect. I think it's going to fit in any collection. Love the pose. I think it's going to fit right at home and if you have a Batman collection. And talking about Batman, let's look at the new Batman, the Batman Special Art Edition Deluxe Bonus Version. There is a new limited edition that has just the, in this case, his cape is made out of fabric. And, you know, some people love that if you go into that more natural look. But, you know, to be honest with you, sometimes it's better to stick with fully sculpted pieces. The price $1,499, limited to only 999 pieces. Now, of course, this film is highly anticipated. I think we really like the concept. The trailer really caught a lot of people's attention. The last trailer was really good in my opinion. It was great. I'm looking forward to this film. It's going to be a darker tone. If you're really into the dark tone Batman, then definitely you're going to be right at home. Of course, this is based on the poster created at the DC fandom by Jim Lee. So they're using that. It comes with 3 different portraits. As you can see, love the pose. Very classic Batman for sure. But look at the detail. And this is the special art, as you can see right there. Looks great. The detail, it's super good. You get these 3 different portraits. The swappable head parts. You get the one really based in the film, the one that is based on pretty much on Jim Lee's art, based on that particular poster, and then you get one that is more I would say more based in the comics. So you got 3 different options, which is nice. The swappable hands you have on the left and the right, so it comes with different parts. I like it. I think just the fully sculpted one is perfect as it is. Of course, if you want to go for the fabric one, it's up to you. It's a matter of choice. And there's also, it says, some bonus parts, accessories to be revealed. Some of the other things that are going to be added, which is good. I love it when they keep adding stuff. And then, of course, you get now the art print. Now, look at the head parts, the portraits, and the difference. Of course, the one based in the film, the one based in the comics, the one that actually is the regular, which is the one based in the poster and Jim Lee's poster. They all look great. I like them. I think they're super good. Love the height. I think the pose is perfect. And of course, when you ask me which Batman do I prefer, there's so many Batmans out there. Prime1 Studio has done so many. It will be biased for me to say one is better than the other one. It depends on the art. It depends on what you're looking for. What is the display that you have? If you're into the comic stuff, stick with that. If you're into the movie stuff, stick with that. You're into the video games, stick with that. There's so many alternatives, and I don't think there's a wrong answer or one is better than the other one. Ultimately, they represent the art, and Prime1 Studio does a fantastic job in portraying that. It looks really, really good. I'm telling you, today has been really interesting. Prime1 Studio is doing amazing stuff. Now, I want to kind of chime in, or I want to share something that I heard, that has been happening in social media in regards to the Joker that was released. I talked about the Joker before. I wasn't crazy about the sculpt or the design and all of that. That was a choice. Now, I don't see a problem with the piece, and people are pointing out that it doesn't look like the character, that is just totally wrong, the paint job is wrong, and people are canceling and all that. I don't know how people can go into the cancel. You lose a lot of money anyway. The thing is this, like people expect perfection out of these pieces, and I know you're paying the top dollar here, but keep in mind that what you're getting, it is just a copy of the prototype. You're not getting the prototype. When we see here, of course, it's always the beautified pictures of this designer. They designed these prototypes and they look so great. You're gonna get something closer to that, but not 100%. Haven't seen a picture of that statue that tells me that it's something wrong with it. Yeah, from different angles, people get this potato photos, potato cameras, and they take these pictures and they post it on social media. Sometimes they see a picture from somebody else, they post it on social media, it's not even their picture, and it becomes this upheaval, it becomes this battle, everybody's back and forth about it, people panicking, and it's always the same thing. I will tell you one thing, don't listen to haters, don't listen to people. If you know that this is good, just good, it's good. Now, the thing is this, if you order something, if it comes and it's not to your liking, you can always return it. It's simple as that. Rather than just canceling and losing money in the process, rather than panicking before you have it in hand, I'd rather wait for it until it comes to my door and I look at it in person and I make a decision if I like it or not. If I don't like it, then I say, you know what, I'm sending it back. I want my money back, or I want my money moved to something else. This is the reason companies have customer service departments. Just deal with them instead of just going in social media, panicking before you have something because you're listening to John Doe, that he's somewhere in Thailand. He has no piece in his hand, but he's talking about a photo that somebody took somewhere in China. You have to always be careful of those commentaries. And of course, at the end of the day, it's a matter of perception. Some people are going to like it. Some people are going to hate it. And there's always going to be a bad piece, no matter what. There's always going to be a piece that is not to the liking of someone, and that's fine. But make a big deal about it to make it sound like the company's robbing you blind. That's just completely uncalled for and unnecessary. And to be honest with you, that really shows inexperience in this hobby. Because if you have been in this hobby for a certain amount of time, you realize that It's never going to be 100% the likeness of what you saw on the pictures on the website when it was showcased for the first time for that prototype to the final product. It's never going to be the same. It's always going to be some margin of difference, and whether it's big or small, it depends. But for the most part, Prime1 Studio always gives quality, and that's something that we know. Some things don't work out so well, but for the most part, they produce good quality stuff. But what is your opinion, my friends? What do you think about the stuff that we covered today? Are you a fan? You're not a fan? You disagree with my opinion? Let me know in the comments below. So once again, my friends, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button so you're reminded of the next video. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. The links are down below. And please consider supporting the channel financially through Patreon. My friends, God bless you. Take care. I will talk to you again. Bye-bye.